Welcome back, Galaxy Brains. We are the Film Lovers Guide to the Galaxy, and lo and behold, we got Jared back here. Jared, how was your first
Woo!
week of
Hey, whoa, whoa,
teaching?
whoa, 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 whoa. The first day I wanted to cry. It's a pretty common sentiment among new teachers. The first day I was overwhelmed. Literally, they give you a class of 16 to 40 kids, and they're like, all right, go. And I signed my contract 2 days before the first day of school. And I was like, oh, fuck. you know?
That is crazy. But hey, like I was saying in the last podcast, you are educating the youth of America, so
Yes.
got to do that.
Yes.
This week, you guys, we're gonna do our movie club of the month. Joe, what movie was it that you picked?
The Map of Tiny Perfect Things. I think, I only picked it really because it's available on stream. And also, I think it was sort of generally highly regarded. I didn't look at any trailers or anything like that. I just want to, it's sort of like diving blind sort of thing. So that's sort of why I picked it.
Cool. And that's something that we are going to discuss as we go into the podcast. But that's not why we're here first. We always want to hear Joe talk about what's grinding his gears this week.
This is gonna be a bit of a hot take, I think, and it's. I feel like not a lot of people agree with me per se, but I've held this opinion for a long time, and it might surprise you guys, but alcohol is fucking gross. It's just my opinion of it. It's a hot take. I understand. I'm going to admit it's a hot take. I understand that people like beers. I understand some people like shots. I think that's super gross. And there's people who have mixed drinks and all that. That's cool. But I feel like a lot of these mixed drinks are trying to hide the taste of alcohol, but the bottom line is I can still taste it. And I never, and don't get me wrong, I've drank a lot of shit, been to parties a lot, all that stuff. I just never really got into it, man. I just never really got into it. And people say that it's supposed to be like this acquired taste thing, and I think personally it's more of a you got used to it, so you don't mind it as much, and you can still have a good buzz. And that's sort of how I feel about it. I personally don't think I'll ever get around liking it. The only thing I even remotely like was if you guys know what a shandy is, it's basically beer and soda. I think it's okay. I'll have it every once in a while, but just when people say pizza and beer, for me, man, it's pizza and Diet Coke or something. That's my jam. So yeah, I don't know. And also I feel like I'm not the only one that feels this way. There's definitely people out there. It might be the minority, but no matter what you do to a drink, like you'll take a virgin pina colada, it'll taste like pina colada. You'll add alcohol to it, I'll taste it no matter what. And I'm from a bourbon county, bourbon state. Fucking everything's bourbon, and whiskey or whatever. And I can appreciate the process, but I'm good, dog. But all my friends, if you guys want shit, I'll buy it for you. That's fine. I can respect that you like it. I'm not a big fan.
Wait, so you don't even like beer?
Nah, I mean, I really don't. Okay, for example, let's say that it's purely the taste. If you took whatever your favorite beer is and you just took out the alcohol, so you just pure taste of beer, it's just like hops. Nah, yeah. I'm good.
I fucking hate IPAs. I'm gonna say it right now.
I hate them. I don't know. Darker the beer, I can't really drink it.
I actually really like dark beer. I got no problem with dark beer.
Like stouts?
But like a stout or like a coffee stout or something like that.
Again, at best, it's just tolerable for me. And I'll drink it socially. What's up?
What about seltzers?
Oh, yeah. So good.
Yeah, again, anything with alcohol in it. I don't know if I don't want to say, I don't be that snobby dude that's like, oh, I have a really, complicated palate and bullshit or whatever. I just can taste it. It just ruins it for me. Just ethanol in it just ruins it. So, and shots are obviously the worst, but I'll just don't get. I get fucked up every once in a while, but just I understand the appeal, sort of.
I've been really feeling mixed drinks lately. Like my favorite drink right now is a Paloma, and it's what is it? It's like a little bit of tequila. It's got lime juice, grapefruit juice, and you top it with ice, a grapefruit wedge, and you top it with either squirt or Fresca, like kind of like a grapefruit soda. It's very delicious.
Is there alcohol in that?
Yeah, a little bit of tequila.
Oh, tequila. I didn't hear the tequila part. Okay.
It's got to be a silver or something like that. But it's really good. I was drinking them all 4th of July, and I had a good buzz going.
And would you have enjoyed it just as much without the tequila? Because I think you would.
He wouldn't have the buzz though.
I wouldn't have the buzz.
True, but just from a taste standpoint, it seems like you really enjoyed the grapefruit juice and all that, which is perfectly fine with me.
Yeah, but that's just like juice, and it's like a soda. Like, I'm fine with that. I don't drink. Here's the thing. There's a lot of reasons why I don't drink. But like I'll go out to dinner and I'll have a beer. I'll go out to dinner and I'll have like a mixed drink. I'll grill in my backyard and have like a cocktail or whatever. That's a really rare occasion. I don't like, it's like this weird kind of thing. I don't like being fucked. Like, I don't like feeling like shit the next day,
Mm-hmm.
That too. So
it is what it is. But that, I'm kind of right there with you. I thought you were going to go a completely different direction with grinding your gears today.
dude, it can go all over the place. I have quite a few topics. It's just we have limited time. A lot of things piss me off. Fucking Apple TV.
Yeah, let's. I can't believe you didn't know that.
It's the first time I had to deal with that kind of bullshit, but that's for another time. Let's keep going.
So, Jared, what have you been watching, consuming, other than your kids' papers and grading?
Yeah, right. Fuck. The Venture Brothers came out on streaming on HBO Max recently, so I've been getting into that because it is the best animated TV show to come out in the last decade or two. It's funnier than Bob's Burgers. It's funnier than all that. It is the best because it's a show about failure, and it's a show about not living up to the expectations and the like this idealistic view that people had of the future when like living in like the 60s, 70s, and 80s. To them it was like, oh yes, the future. Like it was like this great, like, yes, we will conquer, like, but it didn't work out like that. It's all like browns and yellows and like that kind of stuff. And like the technology and like, yeah, we're going to space. And then it just like, oh, we can make money off this? Fuck all y'all. And like, it's really funny. It's got this crazy sense of humor. It's my favorite. I mean, I got it tattooed on my body, but like, so I've been getting back into that. I'm very excited that the movie is in the works to kind of cap off the series after it unceremoniously got canceled. I've been watching a good amount of pro wrestling because pro wrestling is good, everybody. We got to make Joe watch some fucking pro wrestling at some point because it's so good.
I've seen it before, right? Like, I remember.
Yeah, I know. But like, I'm talking like good pro wrestling, like good storytelling, good it's so good. Johnny, I can't, like, I was thinking about this the other day. How long until WWE has a residency in a Vegas hotel? I say within the next 10 years.
It's getting close. I mean, I'm with Jared. Pro wrestling is good right now.
It's good.
And it's one of those things where I was, I stopped watching WWE like a year and a half ago.
Yeah, buddy.
Right? I just did. And then AEW came in, and I would occasionally watch it. I know Jared watches it every week. I just occasionally watch it. But CM Punk came back a week ago, and that man, after doing interviews, like he has shown that he is still, with the live mic, the best in the world. I mean, I was just so absolutely floored at what I was watching. And then yesterday's episode, my God, the tease, like this is all I'm expecting. Me and you, and then whoever wants to come over and watch it, we're buying that pay-per-view. I'm like, God damn it. Like, I'm not.
When was the last time you spent $50 on a pay-per-view, Johnny?
Joe, when was the last time
It's
you came over to
been
the apartment? Was it
a
like
minute.
it wasn't even for WWE, it was for a UFC fight because Brock Lesnar was fighting.
It's you mean your
I was like,
apartment in San Diego
yeah,
a long time ago,
yeah,
dude.
several years ago. So it's been a while, and I am happily willing to give $50 to watch this pay-per-view coming up during Labor Day weekend.
I'm so hyped.
You know, for me, outside of work this week, I haven't had a lot of stuff to watch. Over my birthday weekend, I rewatched Police Story. If you guys have never seen that movie, that is
Okay.
one of Jackie Chan's first and most recognized, and I think it is his best movie. Just the stunts were really good. That's there. Got a chance to watch Reminiscent. That is the new movie release that has Hugh Jackman and Rebecca Ferguson. I'll have a review up shortly, but I'm glad it's on HBO Max. To be honest with you, the movie is fine. But yeah, other than that, I've just haven't had a chance to watch a lot. Today's the last day of getting double XP for MLB The Show, so I need to kind of max that
Ooh.
out so I can try to get some good players before the next inning program comes.
Johnny, what are you playing that on?
PS5.
Oh fuck. I really want to get a PS5. I need to find one. I need to spend my first real adult paycheck on a PS5.
PS5. That's a good choice, Dave. I like it.
I'll be on the lookout. I'll find a PS5 plug
You
for
know,
you.
just have Yoon do it, man. I asked
Yeah.
Yoon to do it. This dude's like a fucking genius, and he just tracked some shit and he picked one up.
All right, Joe. What else have you been watching?
That being said, for Venture Bros, I'm still a big fan of was it Patrick Warburton?
Oh my, yeah, he's so good.
I think as a voice actor, very, very, very fun to watch. Very, very satisfying. I have actually just been watching Archer. The new season of Archer's out. I haven't really watched the whole season yet, and I have like maybe 2 episodes in. I don't know. I sort of like it. It's a rewatch for me. I still like it. Also, I've been trying to get into. I've been trying to watch Rick and Morty, but I think the last couple episodes are delayed for a couple weeks. It's kind of sad. So I have not been watching that. Aside from that, I don't know if I said it last couple weeks. I finished Schmigadoon. I still suggest it.
Schmigadoon.
Schmigadoon.
You said Brigadoon, and I was like,
yeah. It's really short. I actually didn't know there's only six episodes, something like that, on Apple TV, or however you're gonna get it. Really fun to watch. It's obviously different from all the other things I listed are watching. So that's what I've been consuming for the week, and I highly recommend it.
All right, guys. Before we're moving in, I just want to say thank you to all you listeners here, you guys. So on Good Pods, which is a new social discovery podcast app, part social media, part podcast. Checking the stats today for this month of August, we're in the top 30 out of 100 under the TV film category. Just this week alone, with our newest episode that is released, we are in the top 10 right now. So if you guys are listening to your podcast and you're listening at Good Pods, thank you. If you're rating, reviewing, subscribing, thank you. If you do not like our podcast, it's fine. You gave us a chance. Tell someone else you hate it too. Maybe they'll like it as well. So it kind of got me a little stoked because I was like, oh, I only clicked on that list to see if we were at least 98, 97 to get to 10. That's actually pretty awesome, sweet to see. So I just want to say thank you for that. But we tried this last week with John, and it's a very popular hit that has been getting a lot of hits on our Twitter and IG account. And it's the Cinephile game that we have as cards that Joe bought us. And Joe, I think you have given me a lot of good ideas with doing the card game. But with Jared back,
baby.
I want to know, now that we have our original crew, who knows more movies from a certain actor in that category. Joe, do you want to go first, or you want to let Jared go first?
If it's against me and Jared, I would like to go first because I think going first gives you the advantage, and I think I need the advantage. I am quite terrible at this.
So we'll do this best out of 3. I will pull the first card here. The first card is Sigourney Weaver.
Get away from her, you bitch!
All right.
Okay. All right. So like we agreed, Trilogies are okay. Alien. Okay. Aliens. Whichever that one. Yeah. Oh
Okay.
God.
Yeah, one. What about you, Jared? You're next.
Cabin in the Woods.
Was she in Cabin in the Woods? Oh my God, she was.
See, Jared's smart. He's pulling all the hard ones first, so it
Dude,
screws up your.
it doesn't matter because he knew the hard one already, dude.
It's 1-1.
Oh my God, Sigourney Weaver.
Oh my God.
Look at Jared,
Dude,
it's just like,
you weren't here last time. This is how long it took last time.
the magic of editing made it seem like it was shorter than it was.
It was.
Those guys.
It was. I was stupid. Like, it's incredible how stupid I was. I see her in the scenes.
I mean, she is in another sci-fi classic.
She's in the best Star Trek movie.
Yeah. See, me and Jared think of the same movie.
You know, it's a good chance I haven't actually watched that one, to be honest. Do you think I've watched it?
I
Yes,
think you have.
I think you have.
Pretty sure you have.
Well, like
Not-
fucking Deep Space Nine or something?
It's an all-star
Not-
cast.
It's not a Star Trek movie.
God.
It isn't. But it
But
is
it
the
is.
best Star
But it
Trek
is.
movie.
The thing is, hold on. So let me ask, and I'll already admit defeat for this round. Was there? Because the thing is, I'm only focusing on one thing. Was there a movie with her and Natalie Portman, with her being the mom?
No, that's Ashley Judd. Where the Heart Is.
Yeah. Okay, I couldn't even get Natalie Portman. I'll just forfeit this one, I guess. God, it was bad.
Jared, what was that best Star Trek movie?
Galaxy Quest.
Yeah, there we go.
I only remember Tim Allen for that one. Honestly,
Unfortunate, but
All right.
Look. I'm just letting you know already. It's bad. It's bad. It's pretty bad.
All right. And let Jared go first. This one
Oh,
here.
he gets the advantage too. Brutal, dude.
Amy Adams.
I'm angry.
okay. She was in Enchanted.
There you go.
Bro. Okay, hold on. Okay, no. She was in it's like the sci-fi movie.
You are correct.
Arrival.
I'll give that
Okay.
one to you.
There
She
you
was
go.
in. She was in Catch Me If You Can.
Yes, she was.
I just watched that recently.
Wait,
Very underrated Spielberg movie.
was she?
Yes,
Yeah,
she was
she's
one of,
one of the nurses.
She was like the Southern. She was Michael. No, Charlie. No, not
Martin Sheen.
Martin Sheen's daughter in the film.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, buddy.
Okay, she was this one. And this is just movies too. She was in
She's in a whole universe, man.
hold on.
she's-
Dude, you know what? Stop rushing me, dude. I'm already bad, okay? It's like, you know what this is? This is like telling someone who has like a panic attack to calm down.
Yeah.
Come on. Okay. She was in American Hustle.
Yeah, good one.
Good one. Good call.
She's in Johnny's favorite movie, Man of Steel.
Damn right.
Ah, yes. Okay, damn it. God, this is so bad. Okay, so this was a while ago too. She was in The Master. This was like
Yes.
10 years
Good
ago.
one. Good
That
pick.
was gonna be my next one. Okay.
That might be it for me.
She was in Julie and Julia.
I
Fucker.
what is that? I don't even know.
Oh my Joe! Oh my God! You've never seen Julie and Julia?
Is
It
that-
a fantastic movie with Meryl Streep playing Julia Child
Oh, I have watched
with
it. Then.
Stanley Tucci
I
as her
thought-
husband. Can we talk about how much this podcast loves Stanley Tucci? I am fine with making this podcast a Stanley Tucci pod, the Tucci cast. This is gonna happen because Stanley Tucci is one of the greatest living actors right now because he's such a cool guy.
Okay.
He's
Again,
amazing.
I'm gonna be honest though. I thought that movie because it's about Julia Childs, right? There's the
Yes.
fact that
Only
just-
her parts were good.
thing is, I just thought for whatever reason it was called something else. It was like a biopic almost.
Yeah, no, it was a biopic.
But
But the
yeah.
only good scenes in that movie were the Julia Child scenes because Amy Adams.
oh.
Uh-oh. Does he have one?
Wait. Okay. What was she in Her? Like with
Yes!
Joaquin
Good
Phoenix?
one. Oh, he pulled him. All right. Look at that.
I'm gonna be honest. These are just films I've literally just watched. This might be it.
Does Jared have one
Wait,
more?
did you just say they are just in films I've watched?
No, like
That's
these,
it?
like what I'm trying to say is this is
Yeah.
I'm hitting the cap of what I've watched with her.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
She was in Talladega Nights.
Yeah,
Wait,
she
she
was.
was. Wait, so you already said so Superman. You said Superman, Man of Steel. So Superman,
I
Dawn of
mean,
Justice.
You can name. You can. I mean,
No, I
sure.
mean because she was in the Dawn of Justice, right?
Yeah,
But
she was.
does that count?
Yeah, sure.
yeah.
She was in.
that might be it, dude. For Joe.
She was in The Fighter.
Yes, she was. There's one movie that I first recognized her in.
Was
like,
it
a
fairly
long time
recent?
ago?
If it's a long time ago,
It had the guy from the OC in there, Jim Gordon. Oh man,
Yeah.
maybe you haven't seen that movie as well.
that might be it for me. I have to concede again.
Junebug. You guys don't remember?
I've
that
heard of it. I
Oh,
just
yeah,
haven't
okay.
watched it.
Yeah. This month's movie club is from Joe. Joe, I'll let you take it off with this movie here.
There's these moments when all the randomness turns into something perfect.
That is disturbingly inspirational.
What if we found them all? All the perfect things, we could collect them.
Yeah. Map of perfect tiny things. So it's this trope has been done before. It's essentially you take a person stuck in a day. The classic is Groundhog Day.
I mean, they referenced Groundhog Day in the movie, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, they did. Also, Palm Springs is a more recent one where they did stuck in a day sort of thing. If you're going into the movie thinking, oh, it's another, stuck in a time day, that's fine because I have no problems with that genre. I don't know if I would even want to call it a genre. But what makes any movie like this good, it would be if whatever kind of flavor or twist they put on it, right? Because there's always going to be all the bullshit you have as you would if reliving a day. Just to kind of go back with Groundhog Day, if you, I mean it's been years now with Bill Murray. He just he tries a bunch of shit, tries to get out of it, then decides to get really good at a million things, and eventually finds a way out. And it's very, very heartwarming, very, very fun to watch. Classic that sort of stands the test of time. Palm Springs is a super adult version, of sort of stuck in the time sort of thing where, Andy Samberg gets time, just do all sorts of crazy shit, tries to get out. Now with this, I would say it was good. Two teenagers stuck in a day. They didn't really explain too much other than some random physics, but I guess that's already hard to do as is. And just sort of what can you do in terms of trying to get out. I won't dive too deep because I know we're going to be talking about it. But just overall, I felt that it was good. I don't think it was like the best version of this topic ever, but it was good. It was a fun little watch, and that's how I sort of introductory feel about it.
So this is a sidebar. Do you know how long Bill Murray's character was living the same day over and over and over?
Oh, dude, I know because I remember he got so good at the piano. I'm thinking this has to be at least years, and he killed himself a billion times. So it's like a long time, but I don't remember the actual. I'm sure it's been mentioned, but I don't remember.
They don't mention in the movie, but it's like in the script or whatever.
Oh, okay.
33 years he's repeating that same day.
Because if you think about it, yeah, that makes sense because he knows everyone's backstories, he knows everything and sort of thing. And
yeah, man, how fucked up is that? And like, this isn't I mean, I guess we could talk about Groundhog Day because
it's more anything more than 10 years, man. That's just my rule.
So I'm just saying, like, no, I'm because I guess it is pretty relevant to this movie. Groundhog Day was a movie about Harold Ramis's faith in Buddhism, and it's a beautiful movie. It's maybe my favorite Bill Murray movie that he's been in.
That's fair.
Man, I will say Andie MacDowell, like she's like that 90s actress that it's just like you go back and be like, oh yeah, she was a thing, wasn't she? Like it's so weird seeing her because it's like, does she have a southern accent or doesn't she? I don't know. But anyway, yeah, so for this movie, I instantly recognize the main character Mark from American Horror Story Apocalypse. He was in that season. He played a little role in there. And now that I saw who wrote this movie, I'm like, oh, okay. Lev Grossman wrote this movie. He wrote The Magicians, and he wrote some other stuff. I'm not a huge fan of whatever he produces, and like this movie, I thought it was cute, but it was just So Lev Grossman is the guy who's walking, who the bird almost poops on, and they stomp him.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
He's just fine, like he used to write for Times Magazine about video games, and he's like, oh, I'm nerdy. Like he does a lot of that, like that kind of, I don't know. There's a lot of that kind of stuff in his material. But I mean, Joe, what was your overall feeling of this?
Super sidebar.
Super sidebar.
Growing up, I thought Johnny had encyclopedic knowledge of movies, and now I'm slowly realizing it's nothing compared to you. This is ridiculous.
Why? What?
Well,
Like, you know, these weird ass fucking trivia that I would not even remotely like think about going into.
to be fair,
You know
I
what I
don't
mean?
know who that writer is, so
Like, Jesus. Okay, anyways. And were you gonna say something, Johnny?
nah.
Okay, all right. And sidebar. You mean what I thought of Groundhog Day? Is that what you want to ask?
No. What did you think of this movie that you chose?
Yeah. You know, the thing is, the big problem personally was, I got a little bit bored in the middle, which is, kind of not good, right? But conceptually, I thought it was fun. It was kind of like a fresh take, two young kids getting stuck together, maybe falling in love, whatever sort of thing. And the great thing about, that was the only bad part, but the great thing about the movie is I like that they switched, quote unquote, who the focus is supposed to be. You start off with the dude, and he's frozen in his own little world and doing all that stuff, and then at the end you're like, oh no, it's actually about her and her trying to get over her mom passing away, and she can't grasp the concept of death, accept death so good. And that was beautiful, and that's pretty much, I personally thought that would save the movie for me than the boring bits in the middle. If the movie was made such that the kind of like the lull in the middle was fixed however they fixed it, it would have been a great movie in my book. It had romance, it had a little bit of tear jerking, it had all these little fun little divots of that. You can have any movie that was stuck in a day and kind of check all the boxes in my book. But overall, I'd say like a B movie.
Not a B movie, but you'd give it a B.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. And I would definitely suggest it for someone to watch if knowing the premise is all.
I'm gonna say that this is nowhere near the bottom of the time loop movies, but it's nowhere near the top for me. The greatest thing about Groundhog Day was Bill Murray's comedy. Like he's this like terrible person, and
a huge asshole, right?
Yeah, but there's this like he has this like dry, kind of deadpan personality in there, and it's him against this like the cosmic energy that's happening against him, the forces, and he's just dealing with it. It's so much more interesting than I was really like. I felt the same way as you. I was happy that it flipped in the middle, or in towards the end. I was really happy it flipped perspective. I was like, oh, that's really interesting. But I mean, these movies only end one way, right?
Yeah,
like they're like, that's the problem with them. Like, it's okay. What are
how are they going to get out?
How are they going to get out? What's and they try to kind of break it with her, but it's ultimately kind of the same.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. I mean, inevitably, the ending's going to be roughly the same, and I agree. But I don't fault necessarily the movie, because that's just how these kind of movies are going to be like. I don't think there's any way to change the ending any differently. Like you can maybe think of something of they're forever stuck, and it's like a super sad ending, but I don't think people really enjoy that as much.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's really about it.
Johnny, what did you think of everybody's performance? What did you give me a lowdown?
I mean, it is what I was expecting from a YA romantic
Hmm.
comedy drama. I will say this though, like I said, Palm Springs was the more adult version. That was a little bit better than this. I do think that Catherine Newton is the standout. Her performance in this movie really reminded me a lot of how I felt after I watched Shailene Woodley in The Spectacular Now. Like
Nice.
she was like good.
I like that
The
a
movie's
lot.
whatever, but her performance in this movie was like, and I've liked her in other movies as well because she was in Blockers, which she was pretty funny in. Um, she was also recently in Freaky, which is a very underrated like horror comedy movie. Performances all around, and to me, because we don't talk about romantic comedies a lot on this podcast, but my criteria is very simple. If I'm rooting for you two at the end, you kind of did your job, and to me, that's all what this movie is, which is I kind of rooted for them towards the end to uh, you know, together and stuff like that. So their chemistry worked well. It's just that Newton, she just dominates over everyone that was in that movie. She was really good.
Yeah. I'll completely agree. She was the most compelling part of that movie. Like, he was a completely bland white dude as the lead. Like I
Yeah.
was neither rooting for him or against him, and I think that's not great in a movie. If you're just like, oh, okay,
No, I hear
some
you.
white
I mean,
guy.
I guess my question is, given that this is supposed to be like a teenage, maybe
Is it?
sort of.
I don't.
Let's
It
assume it
seems
is.
like a young adult rom
Right,
com.
sure,
That's what
right.
it is, right?
Whatever age let's say they're 18, 19, whatever the case is. What I'm trying to say is, given what his role was supposed to be, like just a guy stuck trying to figure out his way or whatever, can you place someone else that age that'll do a better job? You know what I mean?
Right? Are you like just saying like right now or
Sure. Because this movie came out this year, right? So
Get our
pick
boy
some.
from Dune.
yeah, Shamalama Ding Dong in there?
You toss him in there, and he has to play the role of this guy. So the thing is, I think that the role was limited just from the start.
I
I
feel
think.
like these roles, like I said, I haven't seen any of the other movies this guy has wrote, but the roles itself was like they're very cookie cutter.
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah.
why Newton's character, her performance was way better than what it should have been because it's like she
He
decided to dominate it. So
but it makes sense now because it ultimately was a story about her.
mhm.
Um, and I guess but like it's just a shame we had to deal with his bland ass for three
It's
quarters.
true.
You know what I mean? Like,
I don't want to be as harsh. It's Kyle Allen, but I feel like the role was playing a role of being limited as well. So I don't want to don't want to put the full blame on
no,
him.
no, 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 no.
But
They
I
didn't have a
agree
lot of
with your
material
assessment.
they didn't have a lot of material to work with.
Yeah,
Like it
yeah.
wasn't good old Lev didn't didn't give them the greatest.
Yeah. So it just maybe I'll try to pick a more compelling movie next time. But again, if you guys are giving me this movie every month, it's going to be like a dartboard sort of thing. It's going to be about
Yeah,
see what.
absolutely.
So from the movies you picked so far, Joe, would you rather watch this movie over again or I Care a Lot?
Oh God, man, I have a terrible track record. I guess I care a lot, but not by much. Because the thing is, I'm I'll watch it. I'm like, oh, this is pretty good, and I get halfway through, I'm like, oh, this is terrible, and so yeah, I'll still probably marginally I'll take I care a lot. I guess I don't. Again, I'm not a big rewatcher to be honest. Like you guys are, and I respect that. I don't know. They're both not.
That's funny because I think I Care a Lot is the better movie, but rewatching, I'd rather put this on in the background than I
Okay,
Care a Lot.
all right.
So
This is a movie where I'm just gonna sit down and paint, do some hobbying, and it's
Here's a tree.
completely unoffensive. Yeah, so I give it a C.
It is a C. This movie is a solid C.
Yeah.
I'm
Now,
not even going to give it a C plus. I'm going to give it a C.
C. Just a question. I guess this could be a sidebar or not. Is C in your guys' book a exact average movie? Is that what
Yeah.
you're defining C? Okay, so this is
It's
like
it
not
is
the worst, not the
it's
best, just right there.
fine. It's
Okay,
fine.
okay.
Yeah, I might want to give it a C plus simply for Catherine Noon's performance, but I'm going to stick with a C.
Okay.
I think
All
I
right.
think without her performance, it might be a C minus. To be honest with you, it probably would have plummeted a little bit lower. She's
It,
the
like
one that made us care for the most part of that this movie's through.
the lowest I'll go is a C minus. Even like if she wasn't in there, it'd be a C minus because it's not bad. You know, I have a hard time dunking on this or really saying anything super positive because it's just there. And it's like there's like this crazy like metaphor for or like whatever. I feel like
No, that
I
stuff's all
feel
sort of bullshits. I
I
think.
feel like the fish sometimes, dude. Lev, get out of here, bro.
Let me ask you, what did you guys think of the actual opening credits, like itself, the way it's just filmed? Because I thought it was, I was like, oh, what kind of movie I'm getting into right now? And then it just became
So
something
you're
else.
talking about? Go ahead.
When he's just walking and
Yeah.
like he's going through, I just annoying. I was just annoyed at the kid, and I'm just like, "Fuck this
Was it-
guy!" Like,
Was the sun too bright out?
yeah, it was like this weird, like, kind of like, like they were filming a musical almost, you know, like this, like,
Mhm.
Like a filter, you're thinking.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
real weird. Also, the I don't know, it was fine.
Yeah, I sort of feel the same way. The thing is, interest for me went it kind of dipped for a while and picked back up again, and that's really why I didn't. I probably wouldn't rewatch the movie now.
Most of these YA movies, they're usually known for their soundtrack. What do you guys think of the soundtrack?
Oh, you know what? Now that you mention it, I think I like the soundtrack quite a bit. For whatever reason, I had a very very Zach Braffian feel to it. To me personally,
Oh, that's kind of yeah.
I don't know.
Real
know.
talk, real talk.
real,
Right now.
real talk.
Hot take time.
I didn't like Scrubs. Maybe
Oh.
I should go back to it, but I think
Uh-huh.
it's a garbage TV show.
That's fine.
Maybe I
Except for when Michael J. Fox was in it. I'm like, let's not get crazy here.
Maybe I should go back and watch it. Like it was like we watched some episodes in summer school when I was working, and
Yeah.
it was like, oh, okay, I could. Yeah, this is kind of
It's-
funny.
It's like it. This is coming from someone who's a huge fan of Scrubs. I understand why people think it's just okay, and it's just because it's something you can sort of have in the background. You can just sort of chuckle at it, and that's it. And it's not anything. People say it's not anything groundbreaking, and it's fine. I gotta say though, there's not too many. Are there a lot of medical based comedies, like like sitcoms? I don't.
No,
A lot
No,
of them are
but
pretty serious, right?
Doogie Howser, man.
But that's like a kid
No.
genius sort of thing. So I just think the thing is, I think it filled a void, I'd say, because all these medical shows are very serious. You're talking ER, we're talking like The Good Doctor, we're talking
God,
stuff
ER
like that.
is so good. House
Yeah,
is
they're
pretty funny.
Yeah, the House too. They're very,
House is
very.
really
I mean, but House is still more of a
House the Doctor
drama.
is funny.
Yeah,
House
so
the Doctor is funny, but not House the Show. So yes.
yeah, but I can respect that. It's fine.
Thanks again for giving us a listen. Hope you guys enjoyed our synopsis of what's the name of the movie again? Map of Perfect. God, see, I can't even get the name is so long.
Map of tiny perfect things, and it's so
Yes.
eye rolly. It's just like, fuck. Get over yourself.
It's on Amazon Prime if you guys want to check out. Like I said, and like what Jared said, if you're just looking for a YA romantic
If you want to
comedy on the
vacuum while
background.
watching something.
So, I mean, but I will say, after Newton, you're right. The soundtrack is probably the second best thing about that movie.
I like the
was
soundtrack
actually
very
pretty
much,
good. I
yeah.
enjoyed it, for the most part. All right, Joe, where can the listeners find us?
You can find us on social media, on Instagram and Twitter, Film Lovers GTTG. We're actually on. You make sure you try to give us some good reviews back. We would also like you to to download us on Apple Music. We're also on Good Pods. If you want to check that out, please go ahead and rate us. We'd love to get any feedback. Also, please, if you think my movie picks are shit, let me know. I'm more than happy to listen to suggestions and things like that. I know I have bad soundtrack. I pale in comparison to these two guys. Keep in mind that, okay? I am basically that dude that just watches movies and forgets about them almost immediately. And these dudes remember everything for the last 40 years. It's ridiculous. Anyways, at Film Numbers GTDG.
Find me at JLUTHY on Twitter, JLuthi. Tweet me about pro wrestling. Tweet me about anything. And bring your garbage ass takes out of my mentions. You people, QT, get out of here. He's like, whatever. I'm not going to talk about it.
You can find me Twitter, Instagram at JNO11. That's JNGO11. I'm there talking about movies, trying to promote our podcast. Also about promotions. If you guys are a podcast group that is listening to us and you have something you want to promote, email us. That way we can get it on here because, we love to support other podcasts as well. Our email again is filmloverspod@gmail.com. Did I get that right?
Yeah, you did,
Oh,
brother.
there we go. Okay.
I completely forgot to plug it. I'm sorry.
But until next time, you guys, have a good one.